Hello everyone. Today in this chapter we are going to discuss on segmentation rules, segmentation list, and automation rules. So segmentation list and segmentation rules are the same, and automation rules. Okay. So to navigation wise, in your Lightning application, you need to go to automations. Here you will find the segmentation list and automation rules. Now, before we start discussing on how to create this list, uh, let's understand that what is the actual difference between both the lists, because at then they are giving us the targeted segmented list that we want for our email campaigns, correct? So segmentation lists or rules are nothing but that they create a static list that is based on the specific criteria. uh, Consider that the gender is equal to female, gender is equal to male, like that way. Or let's say if campaign is ABC and gender is equal to email, then add those data, like that way. If email status is open and the campaign is XYZ, then add those data. So at then that will create a static list that will not keep on updating the data. So that would be a one-time run. Uh, on the other hand, automation rules are rules that are used to create a repeatable rule that filters the prospects and apply actions to them. So now here what happens, you do use a criteria, you give add the rules over there, and then you perform certain kind of action on those rules. Now let's say consider the example of unsubscribers. You are running 10 campaigns, one campaign today, another campaign after 3 days, or another camp of maybe third campaign after a month or next month, right? Now you will keep on getting unsubscribers, right? And then using automation rule, you can manage the whole one global unsubscriber list, okay, that will keep on editing as soon as someone is unsubscribing from your email campaign. So uh, you just need to put a rule, and then you need to attach one list, the static list that you will create, and as an action. And so if some contact is meeting that particular rule in an automation, that will get added to the list. So that static list will keep on updating, and that would be your segmentation list. Okay. A targeted segmented list that you can directly go and use into your account engagement programs or drip programs that you will be going to build over there. Okay, so now let's create a segmentation list first. Now when you'll click on the list, they will ask you certain details that you need to fill up. Let's say in one, you can choose your folder. If you have some tags, you can now here from segmentation list, you can also create an email test list and dynamic list both. Okay, now email test list is here it's written that it's a exclusively used for internal tests only. So for example, if you are doing an email and if you want to test those emails, then you can have your internal test list that will contain the data of your internal team members, that is limited up to 100 prospects only. Okay, dynamic list is the list that we were talking about on predefined rules, or that can be get updated as per the criteria that we are adding. So meanwhile, we'll go for the dynamic list, and then we will mark this as a public list so that all the data are eligible for the display on the email preference center. And here we'll give this as a demo one. And um, if you have a custom preference page, then it will showcase over here. If else, it will select the default. We'll select our custom preference page. We will also discuss on another series where how we can develop the custom. We'll do the set rules. Now here we go. So now there are two types: match all, match on any, that is and or. Then you have two things, add a new rule. So one by one you can also add rule, and then you can have a rule group also, add new rule group. So let me show you how this both can work together. Individually, you know how you can use it, right? But how together that can be worked. So let's consider that prospect CRM status is lead and prospect custom field campaign is RSVP. After that, I will add a real group. So this both will individually check the condition. Then this both along with this whole group will check the condition. So let's say if under this campaign, if the prospect's email status is opt out or prospect email status is do not email. Now here not and it will be or whether it's opt out or it's do not email. This particular, if someone is meet some prospect is meeting up this criteria altogether, that prospect CRM status is lead and custom field sorry, and the campaign is RSVP, and their email status is opt out or email status is do not email, then that particular prospect will fall under this rule. Now before you run your rule, you can preview it from here. Now this takes time. Okay, so once you start previewing matches, it takes time. Okay, and this also sends you the notification. Now here it depends on the database that you are having in your Pardot or the database that is connected to your Pardot from Salesforce. So it depends on the time and it depends on the size of the database, and accordingly it takes time to generate the preview. So this will keep on updating by itself. Okay, and let's look at segmentation rules also. Let's say I will name this rule as tag and set rule. It's the same thing that is asked. Let's say some field RSVP is yes, then add an action to the list. We'll put add a prospect to the list webinar campaign. And then again, you can here preview the match. Okay. Now we'll open this patron list over here in the new page. I'll open it here. Here is our list. So this is what the criteria we added. Okay. We will go and edit. So let's wait. Open this here. Okay, sorry, we won't be able to use this moment because since this is a training org, but let's wait. So this will take time, and then this will give you the a number that okay, how many data was fetched and how many data will get entered to your list. And then after this, you do the run rules, and then you'll be able to see the result. In this case, let's do the run rules for now. and then you will be able to see the results over here in some time. Until that time, we'll go here and we will go and check for the automation rule. Automation rules, as we discussed, that those rules are, certain criteria based rules on which you can take actions, similarly like we did for segmentation rules. Okay, but the difference is automation rules will keep on updating. Started with demo automation. Uh, then allow rule to match prospect more than once. Yes, because we want to repeat the rule, we'll put it every days, every 5 day. It should repeat the rule. Limit the rule messages. Now allow unlimited limit. You can decide accordingly. You can match rules. Let's say, let's create an unsubscribe one. If email status is opt out, or if email status is not email, and let's put email status is hard bounce. So we will definitely allow the soft bounces to retry. So the email client will retry to send the emails, and we'll do it match any, and then we'll add a new action and apply a tag that unsubscribe. Okay, so this tag will be applied. Now once I do the create automation rule, the automation will rule will start running, and fine, resume the automation. Okay, here we go. So now our rule has started running. You can see there is a pause button over here. The number of prospect you will be able to see if there are any. If not, then you'll be seeing 0. And yeah, here is an edit option. And if you want, you can delete it from here. Okay. Let's see if we got some number on the list or not. I guess no, there are no matching criteria. So we did not get the list. So this helps to save time because when we use that preview feature, this always helps us to save. So this is how segmentation list and automation rules are helpful. To have the like very advanced level targeted audiences. Plus you can allow your real time audiences, like maybe let's say from website, some audiences coming from website directly into CRM, and then you are pulling those data into Pardot or account engagement, sorry. Then in such cases you can have those, use those data and keep on updating and adding into your website reminder, yeah, autoresponder campaign. Let's say if someone is filling up the form, the data will come into CRM, then that will come into account engagement, and then from account engagement that will get added through an automation rule, that will get added to particular segmentation list. That segmentation list is attached to your website lead email campaign. Okay, and then from there that person will be added to the specific email campaign that we have developed on our account engagement program or studio. So this is how the flow can work. Yeah, so thank you so much. For any doubts, you can where you have to reach out. So anytime feel free.